It's time for Michigan Fun on My Michigan TV, a weekly look at the top events in Michigan as presented by the state's leading authority on events, the Michigan Festival and Events Association. A full listing of events is available on MichiganFun.com. Michigan Fun is a production of My Michigan TV powered by Michigan Digital. Now, here's your host, President of the Michigan Festival and Events Association, Mike Sukin.
Welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we check out the state's top festivals and events. I'm your host, Mike Sukin, and welcome to 2024 and Winter in Michigan. We are starting off this year highlighting some absolutely amazing events ahead of us. Today's show, we're going to find out what's happening at the Les Cheneaux 61st Annual Snowfest, and then we're going to go to Michigan Tech for the Winter Carnival in Houghton. But first, we've got a special guest, singer, songwriter, Mike Ridley, the Michigan Man. Welcome, Mike.
Nice to be here, Mike. Thank you.
Mike, it is always a pleasure to be traveling around Michigan and seeing you at any one of the establishments in Northern Michigan and listen to you sing. You're very entertaining. But you've also got a very interesting history. Why don't you share with us a little bit about that history and how you became the Michigan Man?
Well, it's really to me. It's my formula always been have fun. Anything I've done. I started out in sports. I was an athlete and kind of fiddled around with the guitar a little bit, and then got serious when I was in college. And I gave up sports, and I started playing music, and the next thing you know, I was playing a lot of gigs, traveling around, and I'm a Spartan fan. But I got to be honest with you, I was driving one day, and I heard them talking about wanting a new song, state song. And I think that it was already maybe in the process, but I heard Bo Schembechler had said something, and here's one of the greatest representations of the University of Michigan, Bo Schembechler. A Michigan man is going to coach a Michigan team. And I heard Michigan Man, and I said, wow, that sounds like a good hook for a song. And that's where I started, and I wrote it from there.
It is the theme song for TV shows like Michigan Out of Doors. But it's not the only song that you've written. No,
I've written several songs. I've got 4 albums out. I've got another one I'm working on right now. I've got a live album out. I have a Christmas EP out, and I have my first album was Attitude Check in 1990, and the second one was One of a Kind, the one with Michigan Man. That came out in 95, and then I had 2 more follow up in 2004 and 5, and I figure about 20-year break is good. Write a few songs, do another one. It's a long break.
Well, home for you is Indian River, correct?
Correct. I live in Indian River. Yeah.
However, you spent some time down in the Metro Detroit area working for a major radio station down there about the time that you did the recording of Michigan Man, wasn't it?
Correct. My brother owns the Comedy Castle in Detroit area, and he's it's been a launching pad for a lot of great comedians. And one day he asked me if I wanted to be the house MC, and I'd never taken my humor seriously. I guess I always wanted to be a songwriter. And I remember I was playing. I'd play a few songs in the lounge during dinner, and then I'd go in and MC the show, and then I'd go back out in the lounge and play. And then one night, a guy named Ken Calvert, who sadly just passed away last year, was a wonderful man from WRIF, had heard me, and he invited me to come on the show. And I guess, for lack of a better term, I started getting serious about being goofy. So he wanted comedy songs, and I started writing parodies and writing funny novelty songs. But all along, I kept writing music.
And I've been blessed to be able to see you play in a number of locations, and up in Northern Michigan, you've got quite the little trek. I think you told me in a telephone conversation that you don't mind traveling as long as you can sleep in your own bed each night.
That's just me, Bobby. I think that becomes, the older you get, the more important that becomes. Because I traveled for 16 years. God bless my wife. She took care of the household. I was gone on the road for about 16 years. I would leave sometime on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and not come home till Saturday or Sunday, and then be back on the road again. And that was just it was grueling. And now I stay really close to home. I mean, I play 3-4 nights a week in northern Michigan, and then I just travel when I have to. But for the most part, and when I travel, a lot of times I bring my wife. You know, we do try and do more things together. The further along in life we get together. So,
in your earlier career, you played with some pretty good musicians, also, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, I played with a lot of great musicians. I always tell everybody I played with Wynton Marsalis. You know, he was the great horn player for the Lincoln Performance Center for the Arts. And but I played basketball with him. I didn't play music with him. We played basketball, and Louis Arresto, who helped write Michigan Man, or not Michigan Man, but 8 Mile for Eminem. He sat in on a song. Arnie Newman down in Mansfield, Texas, played pedal steel on a couple. Evan Price. I mean, probably not a lot of names that people are familiar with. Well, Mitch Albom, the great writer, he played played keyboards on 2 of my CDs, and then his wife sang on one of them. So, but he's a really good people don't know that about Mitch. He's a great keyboard player.
I did not know that about Mitch. I love his writings. You know, the Tuesdays with Morrie was probably his biggest book, but yeah, that's amazing. You got a very colorful history. You know, I read your bio. I had the opportunity to talk to you. As far as your schedule is how do people find out where you're playing? You know, that may be coming, people that live in northern Michigan or people that are coming up in northern Michigan. How do they find Mike Ridley?
My schedule's pasted on my Facebook page. I probably shouldn't say this, but my number's in the phone book. Or if you Google my name and number, you'll find an old website. It has an email address there that they can send me an email, and that works out too. But you just come to Indian River and yell real loud, and I'll hear you. So that's the way that works out.
Are you saying that Indian River is a small town?
It is. It was one of the reasons I stopped traveling for a long time, is that I was a township supervisor for 14 and a half years. So I became really close with the community. This is the town I moved to in 1976 to become a teacher. I was a phys ed teacher, a coach, and for a while an athletic director. And I knew all along I was going to be a musician. But I was really into sports for a long time and being a teacher. And I think I'm coming full circle, because I'm seriously thinking, and my friends who are teachers, any of the teachers that are out there probably think I'm crazy, but I might go back to substitute teaching just because I want to keep an eye on my grandkids and I want to get back into a little bit of coaching.
I understand that I'm married to a teacher, I'm married to a retired teacher who, by the way, is subbing today in Johannesburg. So, yes.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
So
I'll be done. Yeah.
So, again, we recently saw you at the, what's it, Nobbin Room in in Petoskey, and it was a great show. You are a great entertainer. I love your music. I love the, you know, I am a Michigan man. Ask me where I am, and I'll show you my hand.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that song. It's amazing how many people know that song and recognize it, but I'm not sure that they know who the person is that wrote that song. So
yeah, we get a lot of surprises when people walk in and they do a double take and they get their phone out and then they walk over and you sound just like the guy on Michigan Out of Doors, but he's a lot younger, isn't he? Yeah, I get that a lot. I do a lot of radio shows, and I got to tell you, people says, "Boy, you sound a lot younger on the radio."
Because we were.
Yeah, we were once upon a time. Yeah.
So, Mike, people looking for you, your Facebook, Mike Ridley.
Yeah, just go to Mike Ridley. It's the one with the God bless. It's a T-shirt I'm wearing, and it says "God Bless Michigan" by Abraham Lincoln, and it's just a shot. And so they click on there, they can find my schedule, and I stay pretty busy. I'm if you're ever in Emmett County, Sheboygan County, Northern Lower Michigan, I play every Wednesday at Bob's place in Lansing. That's the most steady job. But I also play at the Nagrum and Petoskey, the Islander in Hessel. I play Drummond Island and Northwoods. Oh, I'm trying to think where else I play. I play the Alpine Tavern in Gaylord in the Black Mountain Lodge, just south of Sheboygan. I play a lot of places, play all over. I tell everybody your town's got a liquor license. I probably played there.
All right. Well, I see our producers showing a little bit of your Facebook page. So, Mike, thank you very much for being on our show today. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to seeing you again at one of those establishments that has a liquor license.
Thank you very much, Mike. Nice to be with you today.
Well, that was a great interview. And for those of you who haven't seen Mike Ridley, you need to get out there. You need to check out his website or his Facebook page to find out where it is. But don't go away, because we're going to go to Les Cheneaux to find out what's happening at the 61st Annual Snowfest. We'll be right back.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. On your TV, on your phone, on the web. All Michigan streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is Sydney Meadows. She's with the Les Cheneaux Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to learn about the 61st Annual Snowfest. Welcome, Sydney.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
I love that area of the Eastern UP. That is just absolutely one of my favorite places to visit. I love the antique wooden boat show over in Hessel. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But I'm intrigued by the 61st Annual Snowsfest. And I noticed that there's an extra S in there. What's the story behind that, Snowsfest?
So this has been a long-running event. Basically, as long as I've been alive, I've been attending, essentially. So we have the thing called the Snows Channel that runs through the Les Cheneaux Islands, which has a good connection into our business district down in Cedarville. So a portion of that comes from that. And then the other portion is we just love our S's.
And you love your snow, and you got a little bit of it up there. So
Just
tell us
a little
about
bit. It's getting a little sketchy.
So what can people expect February 8th through the 11th at the 61st annual? And I know that you said this is going on well before you were born, and I believe that because you don't look like you're anywhere near 61.
Thank you. I'll take that with me. So some of my favorite events are definitely one of those a little bit more unique things. So one thing that we've added in is a blessing and burning of the snowman. So with that, we built a ginormous, and thank you, Steve Cosma, for continuing to donate his time and building skills to make that happen. So on Friday night, we gather right before dusk. We listen to a little bit of a blessing before the ceremony, and then we kick stuff off, lighten up a big snowman right on the marina. So that's one of my favorites there. New on this year is actually a Stein hoisting competition held by Snow's Bar. So that'll be very exciting. That'll be our inaugural run with that. And we're looking to see, I believe, I want to say it was like 8 pounds. I want to say you have to hold both steins out. So that'll be a hard one. And then all the way into our pancake breakfast that's hosted by our snowmobile club, a hot cocoa crawl for the kids, which gets us into the retail environment. And then also we get bragging rights on the best. What you see there is actually our fun run and then our vintage antique snowmobile show and ride there. So those are always great to pop into. There's judging competition there, and that's run by EJ Murtaugh over in Hessel. So they're actually part of the festival for the Wooden Antique Boat Show. They give up a lot of dock space for that and maintain a fleet themselves, and then help us out with that vintage show and ride. Also, we have the cardboard sled races, which our kids hand make those and they bring them down. There's awards for the best crash, the furthest run, and just go to look at those. They're just fascinating. And I believe that was our winning sled last year. So all the way to our kids games, which are hosted by Steve Cosma and his crew, and anything from launching snowballs way out way, all the way down to playing on our snow sculptures, which a lot of times have interactive rides on it. So sled riding for the kids there as well. And then fireworks at dusk. And those happen over the night and give a nice reflection off the ice and off the water. And those will be launched right over Cedarville Bay.
Sounds like a lot of fun, and holy mackerel, that's a jam-packed event.
Yes, and that's only the highlight.
That was just the highlight. I was still trying to imagine holding those steins out there.
I am so excited.
At some point in time, you get to take some of those ounces away, right?
I would believe at the end. I'm hoping.
Oh my gosh, sounds like a blast. So anyone looking for additional information on this event, you have a website or a Facebook page?
Yes, so lescheneaux.net/snowsfest, so LESCHENEAUX.net/snowsfest right there. And then on our Facebook page, facebook.com/lescheneaux.TA.
I love your flyer. It's winter time. I mean, we are talking an event that happens in February, and yet it looks like it's all sun and sand and beaches, and people are thinking, Jesus, great place to go. I'm going to wear my flip-flops. We're going to play some beach ball. We're going to go fishing. I might even have to have my sunglasses and suntan lotion.
Absolutely. And you know what? The more decor, the better it is. We have folks every year. There is a costume decoration that goes with our pub shuffle, our costumes and decorations that you can vote for. And that is open to everyone to participate. So if you would like to wear a costume, I am thinking of Joanne Baker and Linda Sherlin, myself right now. Always have excellent outfits, and the same with Michelle Scheckler. So definitely keep an eye on that because everyone gets creative.
Oh my gosh. So free admission on this event, or is some of the things are paid for, or is it just a fun time? Come on out and have a great time.
Of course, everyone is welcome to participate in a lot of the events that are on the poster. You will need a Snowsfest button. That does cost $5, and it gets you into our grand raffle. The first prize being a $1,300 Les Cheneaux shopping spree, courtesy of our businesses, and then an area stay as second prize, and then straight cash on $300 for that third prize. So first, second, or third, you're coming out real great, and that's part of the fun. That'll be drawn on Monday at between 11:30 and 12 p.m. And then so wear that button, wear it proud. It's designed by our fourth grade design contest winner, Abigail Reed, this year. So that is actually the little snowman just hanging out, basking under the palm trees there.
And we've been up there in the area, and obviously you being with the Chamber of Commerce know better than I do that you've got a lot of neat, interesting shops that have stuff for sale that you're not going to find anywhere else.
Absolutely.
And you've got some interesting businesses. I mean, you also have a distillery in the neighborhood.
We sure do. And actually our distillery is our chamber president. So Katie Duman plays probably the biggest role in Snowsfest, making sure everything gets I's dotted, T's crossed, and everyone taken care of there. We have Apple Court General Store, which sells Michigan products and Michigan artisans there. And then Pickle Point, which is probably, I don't want to say I have favorites, but I always find something in there that I never knew existed. And it is fantastic.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Sydney, thank you very much for being on our show today. You know, if you're not doing anything, February 8th through the 11th, you got to head up. You go across the bridge for all those trolls. You go across the bridge and you turn right.
Absolutely. 359, don't miss us.
Thanks, Sydney. Thanks for being with us today. I'm telling you, we got so much fun going on in this state, and we have it going on 365 days a year. So you get out there and have some fun. When we come back, though, because we don't want to go away, we're going to go to an event that's been going on since 1922, and we're going to check in with the Michigan Tech Winter Carnival. So don't go away.
When you visit Treetops Resort, you can expect a Northern Michigan winter playground at an unbelievable value. This year, we're open all week long. And with Cool School, you can ski, stay, and eat for the cost of a lift ticket. Our crew can't wait to help you learn, soar, go to the extreme, and have magical moments. At Treetops Resort, you'll make unforgettable Northern Michigan memories and afford to come back for more.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is Skylar Spitzley, and she is from the Michigan Tech Winter Carnival. Welcome, Skylar.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, you guys got an event that's been going on for a long time. There's a lot of history. 1922, I saw, was the beginning of this event. And you don't look like you're old enough to have been there.
Nope, unfortunately, I'm still in my 20s, so I haven't been around for the 102 years that we've been putting on Winter Carnival at Michigan Tech.
But I've seen, I've talked to people that have been there. I've seen some pictures of it. Heck, my dad is an alum of Michigan Tech, so this is fun. It's interesting what you guys got going on. There doesn't seem to be a shortage of activities February 7th through the 10th. Why don't you share some of those things with our guests, with our audience?
So there's no shortage of activities with Michigan Tech's Winter Carnival. To start with, we have all of our snow statues. So starting at 4 p.m. on February 7th is the all-nighter. So all the student organizations on campus come together and campus comes alive. There's music, there's food out for people, and all the students at Michigan Tech are creating these one-of-a-kind all-nighter statues. So they'll adorn all of campus, and then we'll have some of our larger organizations off campus creating their month-long statues and putting the final touches on those. And those statues are anywhere from like 2-3 feet off the ground to anywhere up to 15 feet high, and they're so ornate and so beautiful. And then on Thursday, February 8th, will be the stage review competition where different organizations put together 10-minute skits of just lots of laughter and how it all relates to our Michigan Tech Winter Carnival theme of from forests to shores, we love the outdoors. So that's always a fun activity for anybody to go to get a good laugh. And then throughout the whole 4 days, there's different special events. So there's snow soccer and snow volleyball, ice bowling. We really embrace the winter at Michigan Tech. But before all of this and this upcoming weekend is the royalty competition with we have 8 candidates who have been sponsored by different businesses in downtown Houghton and Hancock. And they are competing to be the Royal Majesty of Winter Carnival. And they will come once the winner is crowned. They will be at the hockey game or the hockey games during Winter Carnival. And we're going against Mankato State from Minnesota. So we're all excited up here. And if you want more information, you can always head to our website at www.mtu.edu Carnival 2024. I'm super excited. A lot of hard work has gone into it, and we're all excited on our side of it.
Skylar, I saw that you guys are also going to do curling. Is that an indoor event or is that an outdoor event?
That one is an outdoor event. So, yes, lots of all of our special events are typically outdoor events. Curling, I think it always depends on. This year, unfortunately, was canceled due to the weather. We are experiencing a slight shortage of snow and cold weather up in the western UP right now, but we are still pushing through, and we're super excited, and we're getting all the snow that we can to create our statues and to have still a really winter carnival.
Well, I'm hoping that snow in the Upper Peninsula is not something that we're going to have a shortage of for long anyways. I mean, after all, it is only February, and winter lasts in the Upper Peninsula until almost May.
Yeah. Yes. Feels like March out right now, but we're all of us students are like, when's the snow gonna come? So
it'll be there.
It will.
Sometimes snow shows up at the most inopportune times.
Yes.
Like when you're walking to class.
Yes.
Well, Skylar, anything else? I did see something, and I heard something about that during the carnival. The students actually built a worship area, and they're actually going to be church services outside with snow pews, benches, and stuff like that.
Yes. So one of our organizations, or Catholic Campus Ministries on campus, they build an ice chapel every year. It is one of my favorite things to do for Carnival is to attend the ice masses. There's different times on Friday and Saturday that they're available, and it's packed in there. It's beautiful with all the whole ice chapel, but a lot of people come, and you're not that cold, surprisingly, when there's all these people packed into a small area, and you get to see everything. They do like the ice, they do stained glass type work with ice and everything. So it's really cool, and it's really cool how every organization on campus really embraces the winter up here. With your snow statues and with the ice chapel, and with even like the alumni coming back. Like we have a lot of different alumni socials and broom ball games and those things that are unique to Michigan Tech that everybody gets to have like a little piece of history in. So it's really cool to be part of kind of like a work in history. Like this event has been going on for 102 years, and every year I think it gets better as we progress forward.
You think of winter in northern Michigan, and you got to think of Michigan Tech. The base of the Keweenaw Peninsula. You are a winter wonderland up there, and Skylar, I thank you very much for being on the show. It was great having you here. It's great learning about the Michigan Tech Winter Carnival. And for our viewing audience, if you have never been there, you need to make the trek up to Michigan Tech. Thanks, Skylar. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, I'm exhausted. It was a great show. A lot of great things going on. Well, that wraps up the show. And I want to thank Mike Ridley, Sydney Meadows, and Skylar Spitzny from Michigan Tech joining us today. For more information of these events or any event happening in the state of Michigan, go to michiganfun.com. I'd also like to thank our producer, Jared Clark, and the entire staff at My Michigan TV. Browse our full library of live and on-demand videos. Go to MyTV. That's MYMITV.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Until then, get out there and have some fun.